I'm here with Coach Matt Guffey, and he's going to take me through the optimal strength and conditioning workout for a jiu-jitsu athlete. Say hi to the camera, Matt.
Hi to the camera, Matt.
Matt Guffey is a jiu-jitsu brown belt out of Caio Terra Academy and a staple of the strength and conditioning community here in San Jose, California. Today he's going to be putting me through the ringer, taking me through a typical science-based workout approach for optimal performance and injury prevention for the sport of jiu-jitsu. While there are many approaches to strength and conditioning, it is my opinion that this is probably one of the smarter ways to approach it, just based on my experience alone. Full disclosure, I did used to be a client of Matt's for a few years, but I had to stop when I took off to travel the world and compete for a while, so of course I'm biased, but I will say that I had excellent results training with him. My body felt super strong, and I hear the same from all my teammates who train with him as well. So take it with a grain of salt, but he's got some pretty good competitive athletes training with him right now, and he had the world's best looking blue belt training with him too at one point, so you know.
Yeah, I love jiu-jitsu. It is, besides my beautiful wife, the first thing I think about when I wake up and the last thing I think about when I go to bed. And our goal here is to teach grapplers how to approach strength training so that they can spend more time on the mats doing what they love. This is our way of affecting the jiu-jitsu community as a whole. It's the coolest feeling in the world. See somebody do something they've never done before or previously thought that they couldn't. Brings tears to my eyes. It's sweet.
All right, so let's get in there. All right, so Matt's gonna take me through a compressed version of a typical jiu-jitsu athlete workout. But right now we got the gym to ourselves. But first I need to do a movement assessment, right? To see if I have any movement limitations.
That is correct.
Okay, what about mental limitations?
That I already know.
Before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below if you've ever tried a strength training program specifically for BJJ and what you thought about it. Or if you haven't tried one, just leave your thoughts on what Matt takes us through for victory submission strength. Also, I should do a disclaimer real quick. For entertainment purposes, I'm kind of goofing around in the video, but that's because I know Matt pretty well and I'm pretty familiar with all the equipment and exercises. Obviously, safety in the gym should be a top priority for everybody, and Matt takes it very seriously. I don't, but Matt does. Now let's get on with the video. Matt's gonna run me through a compressed version of movement assessment. But actually before we get into the movement assessment, I was curious your take on this. So when we think about jiu-jitsu, usually people say things like technique conquers all and all that kind of stuff. What's your take on this? You do jiu-jitsu, but you also train people to build strength and muscle for sports performance. Why is that? And is that a juxtaposition at all in your mind?
No, I think they complement each other. Strength, or I should say technique, obviously plays a huge role in determining winners and losers, but at the end of the day, when technique is roughly the same, the stronger, more mobile, faster athlete typically wins. And so our goal is to give people that edge.
Got it. What about TRT?
I can't speak on TRT, I have never used it. So the first thing we're gonna do are what are called shoulder cars, and we're just aiming to see how your joints move independently of the other ones. We're trying to see, do the joints function properly or improperly? Independence before interdependence, meaning your joints should function independently well before you ask them to do things in chains.
Got it. So this is going to influence basically what workout program you're going to build for me based on like if you see any of these joint issues.
Exactly. So we're going to take one hand, place on our stomach, and other hand, palm out. Good, lock your arm out. Give me like a light arm bar in your right arm.
Okay.
Yep.
I've never been armbarred though.
So from here, we're gonna cross the center line, raise up as high as you can. Once you start to run out of space, start to turn the thumb and the bicep down toward the ground. Continue around, keep reaching back, reach back behind you as far as you can go. Continue to rotate. And you're gonna stop with your knuckles facing your pocket. From here, we're gonna kick straight back. Start to unwind the shoulder. Cool. Any closing angle pain?
No. How did I do?
Remarkably average.
This was actually quite a difficult thing to do when you made me not move any other part of my body. I should see Brenda do what?
His 90-90 hip abduction.
Oh, whoa. That's actually very impressive. Oh, can I see you do your toes thing real quick?
Sure. This is some weird excuse to look at my feet.
Yeah, can you do the thing where you sit on your toes? This is probably the most impressive thing that I've ever seen, actually.
Ever.
Look at those toes, hold on.
Incredible toe mobility.
Incredible toe mobility. Wow.
Real talk though, super, super important for jiu-jitsu athletes.
Matt has this insane toe mobility. I don't know if you saw, his toes were completely bent. When I do that in this yoga pose, my toes barely bend. This hurts. This actually hurts quite a bit right now. My toes are on fire. I want to stop doing this. And that's why I'm still a blue belt. Actually, Gordon Ryan's toes don't do that either. So. I want to know what makes you different and why do jiu-jitsu athletes come to you instead of just going to 24-hour fitness and doing a bunch of squats and deadlifts on their own?
Well, we get results. That's plain and simple. People love training here because they make consistent progress, they don't get hurt, and it shows on the mats.
Can somebody do on their own what you're doing here?
I think people can do what we're doing here, but they don't because it is hard to push yourself.
That's why I don't work out currently. Got it. Do you ever yell at people when they're working out?
Only you. All right, we're gonna do some shoulder mobility stuff.
Okay.
You're gonna come right over here and lay face down on the mats.
Just for the record on camera, I feel like this is not something I want to do.
Okay, you're gonna put actually the tennis balls behind your head. So if you can just move your arms around so that your hands are behind your head.
It's like behind your head. There you go.
Okay, this is our start position.
Yep. Turn the tennis balls face up.
And relax.
That's one of the hardest things I've done in several weeks.
Practical application for jiu-jitsu. Well, if you have better strength, control, and range of motion in both external and internal rotation, you're less susceptible to injury.
So like this isn't really applicable to me though, because I don't really get submitted. This would be like if they were getting into like a Kimura or like the Americana or something.
Earlier I said you were average. That was very subpar. Real talk though, we're gonna work on that.
Okay, so we just did one of the mobility things, right? Like typically we would do more than that.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next thing, I don't know. He's making me do all kinds of weird shit. I want to know what makes the perfect BJJ workout.
Contrary to popular belief, Josh, there is no perfect BJJ workout. Real talk.
Yeah.
The perfect BJJ workout is one that addresses your personal strengths, weaknesses, and limitations. Knee bend, hips back, brace like somebody's gonna punch me, pull my hands to my belly button, press straight out, hold for a second, and then come back in.
Okay.
Cool?
Can I be real with you for a second?
Sure.
This looks really easy.
Hold for a second, and come back in.
All right, I take that back, what I originally said. This is actually kind of difficult.
Okay, press straight out.
Okay, I'm really feeling this like in my lat, actually my entire core.
Yeah.
And like my shoulder and the rest of my body.
Totally normal, and the rest of my body, yeah. The reason this is important, especially for jiu-jitsu athletes, is we rotate a lot. Whenever we try to throw somebody or take down or sweep, there's a lot of rotation. If you're not able to generate stiffness in the core, any energy you create with your lower body cannot be transferred effectively to your upper body.
So aren't you Reddit famous?
I am Reddit famous. I posted the definitive guide to strength training for BJJ parts 1 and 2 on the Reddit BJJ and the Jiu-Jitsu Reddit. It exploded. It's over 100,000 views, several thousand shares. I spent all day commenting and answering people's questions about everything. We're gonna go through a dynamic warm-up so we get your heart rate up.
Are you good at these stretches, Brendan?
Better than you, yeah.
Okay. The thing that's kind of striking me about all of this stuff is that it looks really simple on camera, but then when I do this stuff, it's like slightly harder than I thought it would be if I'm trying to do it with the correct form.
Yeah. Once we get you warm, we go into our power block. So we'll do some medicine ball stuff, some sprints, whether they're on the turf or bike sprints. We'll do some hops, jumps, bounds.
What's the hardest one?
The hardest one's probably the bike, but the way your neck is right now, you probably shouldn't sprint.
Okay.
Actually, you probably shouldn't even do the bike.
Go, 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 go! Is that 10? On the next one, can you coach me like your least favorite student?
Whenever we do this power stuff, it's important to have lots of rest.
Okay, lots of rest.
Yeah. The goal is not to do all of the reps as fast as you can. The goal is to do each rep as fast as you can.
That sounds like some sorry. That sounds like weakness. Rest is for the weak, injuries are for the strong. If you want to get promoted to brown belt, who's your favorite student? All right, you're gonna coach me like your least favorite.
Hit stop 3 times.
Hit stop.
And go.
What the f?
Come back!
You're my least favorite.
Come back! Yell at me. Tell me to push harder.
Push harder, Josh!
All right, I think I'm done. I think that was 10.
That was...
I think that was 10 seconds. I think I pulled my quad. That was my form.
I don't know, I don't watch my least favorite students.
Say that again?
So we have Jess Stroll on the left. She got silver at Adult Worlds, the purple belt division, and then actually won Master Worlds a month later. Vitor Pascual is one of the coaches over at CTA. I should say Jess is also a coach there. She coaches the women's class. Vitor coaches the morning class, coaches us in the morning. Carlos Capella, another one of the coaches, another one of the black belts there. Jesus.
So I got one of Matt's balls in my hand.
So with the ball over your right shoulder, we're gonna step our right foot across the center line and then turn both at the same time, drive the ball into the wall.
Like that?
Yep,
Okay.
exactly.
Turn.
Yep.
Okay. And why am I doing this? I look ridiculous.
Power is plane specific, meaning if you want to develop power in a rotational fashion, you have to rotate as fast as you can.
Got it.
And this is what I would consider a more like late stage progression for the overhead throw. We normally start people just either tall kneeling, so on both knees, or standing, just throwing the ball at the wall. Yep.
Just hit these. So like the throw that I was doing, for example, that might translate to like a hip toss or something.
A hip toss.
Just kidding. Just normal chin up, basically.
Yep, you're gonna
right? Okay.
grab
Do I want to
the-
go with a wider grip, shorter grip? Or...
Whatever's comfortable for you. If your wrists or elbows don't like the underhand grip, you can go neutral grip. You're gonna start from a dead hang all the way at the bottom and pull straight up. Try to touch your chest to the bar, good. And then back down. Good.
Okay, so I've actually got some lat pain from these rehab exercises I've been doing for my neck.
Pain or strain?
Actually strain. Like I feel if I do more, I'm gonna pull my lat. So if I was actually doing the full workout right now, what would we do in that case?
What would we do in that case? Something else.
Something else. So we just wouldn't do these.
Something else. Yeah, typically, I mean, our goal is to fit the exercise to the person, not the person to the exercise. Go down, touch your knee to the pad. Yep. I want you to think elevator, not escalator, so you should be straight up and down.
Okay.
You want to just barely tap it and then come back up.
And then come back up.
Yep. The single leg exercises are gonna have better crossover, or better transition from the gym to the mats. We're very rarely, if ever, standing there with, our weight distributed 50-50 on both feet.
Right.
And so training unilaterally, so one limb, one leg or one arm, that time is really important, just because it looks more like the sport.
So it's like you're getting some sport specificity, but it's not like I'm not standing here doing a squat in like this headquarters position.
Right, exactly, yeah. So our gold standard for a true single leg lift, so this would be like a hybrid. If we want to do like a true single leg lift with no support or anything, just everything on one leg, has 50% of your body weight for 4 reps. That would be the equivalent to twice your body weight for 4 reps with both legs, right?
Why are there swords on the wall?
Those are the swords of mistakes, inspired by Vitor Pascual. If you were doing something wrong, I'd say, don't.
Foam, that was
Don't.
These
Don't.
are hard swords.
Don't. Stop.
I'm gonna coach you like my favorite student. Wow. Brendan's staring at you from the wall. Good form. It was okay. Like, I don't know, compared to mine earlier, I think that could use some work.
You're gonna make me do this with weight to start.
Hey Brendan, what did you think of Matt's form on that chin up? All right, so what are you doing here, Matt?
Just a weighted chin up.
So you're tying a kettlebell between your legs. Damn. How much does that kettlebell weigh?
27 pounds.
Nice. Why 27?
It's in kilos.
It's 10 kilos.
It's in kilos.
Oh.
It's 12 kilos.
Aren't we in America? Oh, so you're doing this without the thing?
Without the pad.
How's this form, Brendan?
make me laugh.
Yeah. Is that how much weight you usually do?
I haven't done these in a minute, but no,
It's kind of light.
It's kind of light.
It's actually, how many kilos was that? What is that? What are those?
It's a slide board.
It's a slide board?
Yep. It mimics the skating pattern.
Okay, got it. So you use like this for the hockey players?
Well, we use it for the hockey players. We also use it for jiu-jitsu people too. It's one way that we can get low impact lateral power stuff. So if we need to create, remember, power is plane specific. So if we need to create power side to side, this is a really good way to do it without the wear and tear on the joints. The assault runner.
Assault runner.
Yep. So this is a motorless treadmill. And it's something that we picked up because we wanted to work on top end speed stuff too. So normally we'll do short sprints on the turf, and that's great for acceleration, but we wanted to work on max speed, so we got this so that we could run longer distances at high speed. Or when it comes to power development, intent is what matters, and so everything has to be at maximum intent, maximum effort in order to get the adaptation that you're looking for. Sprinting is the fastest thing that a human can do. There's nothing that you could recreate that's faster. And so we do a lot of sprints with athletes who are eligible once we're not actively injured, or people who have been training sprints consistently. Those people, we would sprint them, whether they're on the turf or on the treadmill. But then other athletes, if they're not sprint eligible, we put them on a bike.
All right, and that'll wrap it up. Now, just to be clear, what we saw in the video is just a very small sampling to outline the structure of the workouts that the coaches there will normally take you through. Depending on which block you're in, you'll go through a variety of different exercises and progressions, all of which are tracked so you can measure your progress. Some of the exercises I've done in the past, for example, were like hex bar deadlifts, single leg kettlebell deadlifts, all kinds of isometric exercises, weighted push-ups, stuff with the rings and straps and bands and all kinds of good stuff. Anyway, I'll provide more information in the description with different links and stuff in case you're interested. I think that completes it. Thank you very much, Matt, for hosting me once again.
Of course.
It's
the PR bell. So when you set a PR, you come over, you ring the bell. The PR that you set today was just being in the gym, because I know you haven't been in one probably a year. So
can you ring it with me? Can we ring it together? 2, 3.
Which way are you going?
Oh, I don't know. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. I'll catch you in the next one.